Hello, I'm Mashia. I just want to talk today about truth and our relation to truth. In my opinion, the truth is beyond any name or form. The truth is beyond any conceptualization of any mind. The truth is beyond all manifested and coming into manifestational realities. So anything that exists is a truth, right? But is not the source. It is something that has come from the source, but will eventually, through the passage of time, be dissolved back into the source. So the easiest way for me to understand, the easiest way that I came to understand, and thus now the easiest way that I understand the real truth of reality, I think the truth that we are actually searching for, that is a blissful one. First of all, there's that whole notion that truth is always this, it's gonna bite you first, and then it'll let you, like, no, you found a contrasting belief. No, truth goes beyond all suffering. When the truth hits you, you will feel no element of pain. The things that you release off of you, even though, there may be some struggles, when you are in alignment with the truth and the truth is in your heart, those struggles are not even struggles to you. You dance through them like walking on air, So for me, truth is eternal. Truth is infinitely expanding, but at the same time, infinitely expanded. Truth is the destination, I would say. I say everything anyone is ever trying to figure out while living in any universe across the grand sea of existence, the truth is that answer that they're looking for. Though it may manifest as separate little individual smaller truths for the people grasping it based upon their ability to understand what is being perceived and given to them, the truth itself is one all-encompassing, all-pervading, ever-fulfilled existence. Consciousness seems to be the best word that can describe it. Conscious awareness, sentient awareness, that's if you don't mind me saying, a holy consciousness, a holy spirit. I'm talking about spirit. I'm talking about consciousness. I'm talking about what we refer to as God, as we refer to that divine nature, that innate knowing that we have about the way we should treat one another, the innate love we have in our heart, even though it is attacked so much, that innate peace and rest amidst the wrongness of anxiety and depressions that we have. It is that center of the storm that we see echoed in nature, that center of the hurricane, that center of the lotus flower, that center of the whirlwind, that center of the storm, that center that is calm and peace, that calm, still, sunny day, no matter what you're going on through in your earthly life down on earth, the skies and the heavens on that calm and sunny day are just still, effortlessly. That to me are all mirrorings of the truth. You know what I mean? That centeredness, that peace, that stillness that is just infinitely there. It doesn't need to attach to anything. It doesn't need to eat off of anything. It doesn't want or desire. It is just infinitely self-sustained, just a master of all things, truth, right? If we think about numbers, I say to me, truth is not the symbol that we know as zero, right? When we draw that oval, not the oval, but what that oval is pointing my consciousness to understand. I say that is truth, that nothingness that is filled with infinite numbers, with infinite potential, all come from zero. So we know there are infinite amount of numbers, but they all are held and contained within the principle that is zero, or nothingness, but not a nothingness that is void, empty, or cold. No, a nothingness that is filled, that has the capacity to unconditionally hold within it all of the other integers. You understand? I'm saying that is truth, consciousness. And so there are a lot of religions that want to capitalize off of this principle and will automatically sell you an idolized way of thinking. And by that I mean they will sell you something that is a symbol and have you and make your consciousness believe that it is to sell itself to that symbol, as opposed to allowing the symbol to simply be a finger pointing the way to the moon. You got to look at the moon. The symbol is just a symbol telling you how something is going to reflect. Jesus is a reflection of a person, I should say the Christ then. The Christ is a reflection of a person who has come in alignment with the truth, you understand? But it's not that you worship this class title and attainable reality. No, you follow these steps and you come into it. It's not comforting, but that it is the way. But that is the way of truth. It is like a fire that burns through all your fears and anxieties, and it just gives you that inner knowing where you're like, no, dog, like I know better than that. My body may be feeling these physical, symptoms, but I know better. I know there's an innate health, light, bliss, God, truth, consciousness, God self, higher self, inner being, energy. There is that inner self, inner reality. And it's more me than what this body can keep up with, right? So for me, the Hindu concept of Shiva takes care of all of this mental scrambling and myth busting, connecting the pieces on the board. Shiva is not the man that's blue and holds the trident. No. That is a symbol. That is a symbol that represents something that cannot be contained by any time or space. I am talking about that level of the Shiva understanding. Shiva Tattva. Shiva also can be referred to or understood as the Holy Spirit, the Ruh, right? Or the Great Spirit, or any of these levels of consciousness, that inner Tao, Zen, the point of Zen, the center of Zen. Even Buddhism, who doesn't actually even believe in an innate self, still connects to this God center of shunyam, or emptiness, but a fulfilled emptiness, that nothingness that gives rise to all things because of its unconditional love. And that's where we get our understanding of love, is from Shiva, or nothingness, fulfilled infinite potential, infinite intelligence, or simply God, right? But I think when some people say God, you're pointed in the direction of Shiva. You know what I mean? You're looking spiritually that way. You're referring to that infinite light, that true light, not a light that has a beginning, middle, or end. No, a light that has always been and always will be, and gives instruction to the way that light, like the sun and all of these things, work, because of that inner structure of the infrastructure of what is existence that we call the universe, time, space, reality, astronomy, astrology, all religion, theology, all of these things, right? How we explain what we wake up every day and do. Yeah. But to me, it is that Shiva concept, because Shiva is God, the one that is the master of the universe. Isvara is called master of the universe, Lord of the universe, Jagadesha, ruler of time, ruler of all these things that we know are infinitely beyond our physical body's understanding. Yet it is understood widely in the Shiva tradition that in India that Shiva Hum, which means I am Shiva, I am Shiva. Is your physical body Shiva? No. Is your ego that you wake up and go to work with every day, that character you play, is that God? No. Is your mind, your emotions, are they God? Certainly not. That from which all of those things are emanating infinitely, that is. And that is you, because it's the only way it can be. So for me, it's about orienting oneself to that level of truth. It is about orienting one's mind to that point, to that still point. That is your alignment, is dissolving your mind into that love of God, love of truth, love of your own infinitely expanding self. All that which is you, just dissolving into that. Now you are at peace. Now you are soaring above the clouds. Now you can understand that every single thing in your reality is you, and therefore is a part of you, and therefore is loved by you, because you are not a limited ego who has problems, and individualistic, atmosphere. No, but you are that truth. You're one with that truth. You've become enlightened, and now you can hold the world just like the number 0 can hold all the integers of a timeline, per se. You become that infinite, and you learn how to work with more people, and you have that more understanding, and then you understand what figures like the Christ go through, but also what it's actually about, doing that work, what the Buddha actually is, doing that Dharma. You become Shiva, you become that yogi, showing the way of yoga, union with body, mind, and soul, and God. And you become, a shining example. So to me, that is what truth is. Truth is not graspable. It's not, I can't give you a book and be like, oh, boom, here it is. No, I can only point my finger to that direction, but the spirit has to go there. And that's the wonderful thing about the truth. It is victorious. It's the source of all things. It's the true home that we are all looking for, the true warmth, the true love, the prosperity. Everything is there. You just walk and orient yourself to that truth. Your whole life path just cleanses out, aligns, and your karmas, they go away, they dissolve. You're able to open up to a higher level of life with better boundaries for yourself, with better boundaries for how you do things, with the world, better consciousness, a centered awareness. But truth is an experience, I would say. It's not something that one can land one's finger on. But essentially, these are my somatics, my understandings of that which is the infinite truth. And for you, it may be 1,000% different, and that is why it's so beautiful. I am Mashia. I hope you have a blessed one.